Welcome, everybody, to the Red Zone Football Cards Mock Draft Special. We are ready to get rolling with our mock, walkthemock.com. Let's go ahead and turn the reminders off. Let's kill the sound. We do want to see those animations, though. Those are cool. If you haven't been to walkthemock.com, it's one of the best mock draft tools out here, I think. Simulators, at least. One of my favorites. Let me get everything lined up here. We are good to go. On the clock, Jacksonville Jaguars. I think everybody knows who they're picking. If it's not Trevor Lawrence, I'm just going to go ahead and stop recording this because I don't know a thing about football, apparently, if that's the case. So let's see. I doubt they're working out any trades. I think it's auto-picked, right? Yeah, auto-pick takes the whole clock. So actually, how many people do we have on here? Let me flip over. We've got Brian, myself, Gary, Sean. So there's a handful of us here tonight. This is my first mock draft. I'm doing this more as a practice run. Well, here we go. Pick is in. The suspense is killing me. And Trevor Lawrence, quarterback, Clemson. No surprise there. Let's go ahead and give him a smiley face. Oh, I thought maybe that missed it. Got to get used to it. I need to get a second screen. Again, this is my first video, as I was explaining. You probably used to seeing me breaking cards with Red Zone football cards. I've been watching a lot of videos with the draft coming up. YouTube just really infatuated by content creators right now. So decided to give a go at creating my own content. So here it is. Here I am, Jameson, with the Red Zone Football Cards. We'll probably be branching out and calling it the Red Zone Football Collective, which will be basically me talking about anything that has to do with football. Still breaking cards. I'll still be doing that, ripping some packs, some personals, showing off what I got. Also group breaks, so look out for those. Looks like the Jets should be up here. Their time's up. Everybody's saying Zach Wilson, and I agree. There's my cat in the background. Say hi, Marley. But yes, I do believe. Oh, pick is in, and it is Zach Wilson. So no surprises so far. Got the Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, 2 quarterbacks. Real question is, are going to be 3 or 4 quarterbacks to lead the draft? And right now is where it gets tricky. All the smoke is saying Mac Jones. I'm not believing it. I don't think you have to trade up that far for him. I really think it's Justin Fields. Some might say Trey Lance. Yeah, but I'm putting my money on Justin Fields. We'll know in about 21 seconds. So if you haven't had a chance to yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the like button. Give it a big thumbs up for me. And if there's any kind of content you want to see, I plan on doing a couple of mock drafts. Then I'll do a draft reaction video. We're going to do some more videos with cards. I plan on doing some how-to videos, how to package cards, how to grade cards. I do want to send some cards off to be graded, so I'll do some videos of that. And some more mock drafts like this one with San Francisco picking, the suspense building up. Justin Fields, just as I expected. No surprises, at least not to me. A couple people like that one. That's in there. So now we have Atlanta. Atlanta could be taking my pick. I am picking for the Dolphins. If you don't know or haven't figured it out by now, I'm a big Dolphins fan. So I will be picking for the Dolphins. I do intend to pick Kyle Pitts if available. Since this isn't a live stream, I'm recording it, and everybody in front of me is a computer, so not too worried about anybody stealing my pick. So on the clock, Atlanta Falcons, hoping not Kyle Pitts. I don't know if Sewell, if they need offensive line help. Trading down is an option if anybody does want Mac Jones or Trey Lance. Jamar Chase, if they see Julio in the twilight of his career and want to upgrade there. Let's see what they do. Pick is in. No trade. And the Atlanta Falcons with the 4th pick select Kyle Pitts, tight end, Florida. Can't blame him. He is a beast. I am a Gator as well as a Dolphin. And just he was a NFL tight end playing college last year. He was amazing. watching him game in, game out. Did have a little injury issue. Missed a little time in the middle of the season. But still, when he played, was just doing whatever he wanted to. He was a man out there. So good on Atlanta getting them. That does put me with either Penny Sewell or Jamar Chase. See who the Bengals go with. Smart money is they should take Sewell. They got to protect Burrow. That hit last year did not look good. I didn't, really see many replays of it. I don't think they showed many replays of it, but in real time, it looked like his leg snapped back. So definitely need to protect him. They can't let that happen again. So I would go Sewell, and it looks like that's what they did. Even though it hasn't been announced yet, I saw it come off the board. With the 5th pick, offensive tackle out of Oregon, Penei Sewell. Sewell? I think Sewell. Anyway, that puts me on the clock. I'm not going to waste much time here. I'm going to go ahead and take Jamar Chase. Probably my 3rd choice. Really, the way they went, Pitts and Penei. Those are my first 2 choices, but I'm happy with Jamar Chase. Definitely an elite wide receiver prospect, so hopefully he lives up to that billing. Also wouldn't be mad if Pitts and Sewell are really gone. Trading down is probably a really good option there. I'm just as happy with Waddle, to be honest with you. If we traded back to 8th or 9th, if somebody did want Trey Lance, probably don't see why Carolina would have to, because I don't see Detroit taking a quarterback. So I don't know about Denver. But anyway, I went ahead and took the pick, got the wide receiver. Now I look forward to 18th, see what's left there. In the meantime, Detroit probably was wanting Chase. I see him taking Devontae Smith, unless they want to go quarterback. Goff. Goff is Goff. He's good enough, but probably not taking him to the promised land. Let's see who their pick is. Pick is in. Dun, dun, dun. It was Trey Lance, North Dakota State. So they are going to get their quarterback in the future. It's actually not bad because he does have an opportunity to wait and develop behind Goff. So hopefully Goff can be a good mentor to him. That might be a great situation for him. So not bad there with Detroit. Trey Lance puts Carolina on the clock. I have no idea with Carolina. If they're happy with Darnold, then do they get him a weapon? Lost Curtis Samuel, so do you get Devontae Smith to team up with DJ Moore? That would be pretty dangerous. Get McCaffrey back healthy. Darnold would definitely have some weapons that he did not have in New York. Or maybe, I don't know if they need any line help. Let's see. Got about 4 more seconds. Cornerback, too. Patrick Surtain out there. That's very, very likely to go pretty soon here. Pick should be in, and it is. I'm waiting. It is Patrick Surtain, cornerback, Alabama. Yes, the son of Patrick Surtain, the first. As a Dolphin fan, definitely remember he put in some good work for us back in the day. So that leaves the Broncos. I know they need a quarterback. Is Mac Jones? I've heard about him going this high, so I don't know. It's Micah Parsons. How far is he going to fall? Character issues. See, cornerback, first defensive player taken off was pick number 8. 7 straight offensive players. We had, 4 of the first 7 picks were quarterbacks. Very offensive-heavy draft. Which is good for the Dolphins, having so many picks and needing some offensive talent. I think they need 1 or 2 more playmakers on defense as well, so we'll see what's available for me at 18. In the meantime, at number 9, the Denver Broncos have their pick in. Anybody have any guesses? I don't. Mac Jones? Let's see. Oh, Micah Parsons. Okay, so the fall goes down to 9. Talent-wise, top 5 is what I was hearing, but off-the-field issues, some character concerns, dropped him down to 9. Might be a good pickup, though. If he actually gets his head on and has a good NFL career, then that'll be a good pickup for Denver, I'm pretty sure. Now we have the Cowboys. Cowboys, I'm sure would have liked Patrick Surtain. I'm assuming they're going cornerback. I could be wrong, but J.C. Horn. I know we had the back issues with Caleb Farley. Dropped him down. On here, they've got him 29. That's pretty low, but, I mean, back injuries, I don't know. Might not be low enough. He could be taken off some boards. So let's see. Let's scroll this down so we can see we've got Dallas, New York, and Philadelphia. Philadelphia will actually be the first other live person besides me picking. So interested to see when that pick comes up. Maybe I should swing a trade with him. Let's see. We got Kwity Paye, edge, going to Dallas. So yeah, they didn't get the cornerback they wanted, so they got the best edge in their opinion. I don't know. There's a few people I'm hearing. For the Dolphins, I'm looking at 18, possibly Aziz, Jalen Phillips, one of those two if they're available, or a lineman. If somebody like Slater's there, I'm definitely jumping on that. Darisaw, I'd probably go with him. Not sure Elijah Vera Tucker. Maybe if they feel like Hunt's the answer at tackle, or they got Fluker. I think Fluker's more of a depth play, but they did just sign him. So we'll see. I've got a few more picks. Again, we got the Giants, and then after that, we'll see what Brian does with Philadelphia. On the clock, 2 seconds, 1 second, and the pick should be in. I'm thinking receiver. Devontae Smith looks like a real good pickup here. Daniel Jones needs some weapons. Something a little better than what he has. He has talent. J.C. Horn going defense. But I feel like the Giants, a lot like the Dolphins, they have decent receivers. They just don't have that star receiver. So really thought they'd go after it with Devontae Smith. But defense, J.C. Horn was just he's a talent. You want somebody who's going to man up and lock down. That's your guy right there. Of course, the son of Joe Horn, so he's got that NFL pedigree. And see, that's why I like the live drafters. Brian wastes no time putting his pick in. And he gets Devontae Smith. Oh, yeah. The Eagles also need that stud wide receiver, that alpha wide receiver 1. So Brian, make sure he gets his with Devontae. Now we've got Chargers. I'm pretty sure this is going to be Rashawn Slater. I wonder if I have time to try to sneak in a pick. Oh, that's the cue. Where's the draft? Not draft, but trade. Oh, I have no trades in, don't I? Yep. I didn't want to bother with trades. Next week, I'm planning on hopefully next Wednesday, the night before the draft, doing an actual live stream. If you check me out, if you want to check out Red Zone Football Cards on the Facebook, I'll put a link in the Facebook to the Walk the Mock draft once I set up the draft room. I'll throw a link out there for schedule a live stream and get a bunch of live people mock drafting and talking football. That's what I do for fun. What do you do? Oh, pick is in. Rashawn Slater. Maybe Darisaw. I'd be surprised if it's not lineman. Yep, Rashawn Slater. We're good there. All right, exciting. And now, do still have Darisaw out there. Slater, somebody I actually would have liked to have tried to maybe trade up for. Ideally, I think it'd be awesome if we could trade one of our extra picks next year and one of our extra second-round picks. Try to move up to the back end of this first. Feel like the running backs, there'll be a run on them at the end of the first, early second. I'm just hoping the Dolphins are able to get in that run and it doesn't happen in front of them, because I'm definitely not looking at 18 for running back. But I do believe the team needs a bell cow running back, just not that early. Again, defensive player or lineman is my goal since we got our playmaker up at the top. Right now, Minnesota probably also a lineman, so it's going to be Darisaw. I'm pretty sure I saw that flash. And it is Christian Darisaw, offensive tackle at Virginia Tech. You want somebody to push some people around, and there you go. That's who you got. Now we have the Patriots. I believe Mac Jones could be in play. It's not like Belichick to go quarterback this early. It's really not like him to go anybody this early. I don't remember him picking this early before. Usually he's at the end of the first, and he usually trades those. Stocks up on second and third rounders. So, see what he'll do. He got all those receivers. Cam, if Cam has another year in him, he has just one more year in him. I feel like unless last year was just that down year, maybe he bounces back and has another 4 or 5 years. But I think Mac Jones here, give him and Cam a year to work together, almost like a Tua Fitzpatrick, I mean. So, there we go. The pick is in. Who do we got here? We have Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama. So I should be keeping track of how many of these calls I'm making correctly. Again, most of these I'm making them correctly because they're just the chalk picks with the computer automatically picking. But sometimes even the computer throws curveballs. Arizona, I don't know with Arizona. Defense, feel like they'd be good on offense unless they want a lineman. I don't know. I don't watch them enough to know what their needs are. I know watched them when we beat them last year. They needed to stop Tua, but they couldn't. Let's see. I'm thinking defense, but I know they went defense last year with Isaiah Simmons. I see JOK. Maybe Waddle, man. I know they've got firepower, but AJ Green's old. Fitzgerald, I assume he's coming back. I haven't heard that he retired, but he's old. Let's see what they do. Elijah Vera Tucker. So they go some offensive line help. They've got him at inside offensive line. I know he played some tackle, but pretty much everybody's projecting at guard. Move my desk there. There we go. All right, we have. I'm on deck. One more pick. Waddle. If I didn't already have Chase, or maybe I do get Chase and Waddle. Stop that. With Will Fuller, Devontae Parker becomes our fourth receiver. Well, assuming Waddle and Chase adapt quickly. All right, let's come over here. See, still have Jalen Phillips. I've got Aziz way down there. Yeah, I don't know. Phillips or Aziz. Or Taven Jenkins if he's there. Pick is in. And it's telling me I'm on the clock. Raiders select Zaven Collins, linebacker from Tulsa. All right, that gives me the chance to pick. This is crazy. I did not expect Waddle to be here. I'm really tempted to just pull that trigger. It'd be more reasonable. I had a game plan. Let me stick with it. Even though I just went with the default rankings. So even though they have him way down here, I don't. I have him as the best pure edge rusher as far as getting at the quarterback. I think that's the only thing this defense needs to be elite. I know Van Ginkel's probably going to step up too, of course. I don't know. We just need that second stud pass rusher, and I think we just got him. So now we will look forward to our early second-round pick and see which running back falls to us. And then probably get some offensive line help with our other second-round pick. At least that's the game plan. Unless something happens, somebody falls into our lap. Somebody like Waddle that I almost pulled the trigger on. All right, so what else we got? The Washington football team. Besides a quarterback, they could take Waddle. That'd be a really, really dynamic wide receiver. Curtis Samuel to go with Scary Terry and Jalen Waddle. That'd be very dynamic. If you don't have a quarterback, at least you get the best receivers, right? What'd they go with? Pick is in. Samuel Cosme, offensive tackle, Texas. Can never go wrong with offensive line help. At this point in the draft, you're expecting to get a starter. Maybe not elite, but definitely a good quality starter. Let's see who we have. Chicago. Not sure. Chicago could go JOK. They could go Waddle. Team him up with Robinson. That'd be pretty scary. I also see Tevin Jenkins being a possibility. That's just what they have up here. Who else? Jalen Phillips. I'm expecting him to come off soon. Bateman. It's another good receiver. Barmore. I think he'll go probably into the first. Alex Leatherwood. Caleb Farley. Yeah. Don't see anybody. I would say either Waddle or JOK, but it'll probably be Jenkins just to prove me wrong. And the Bears, with the 20th pick of the 2021 draft, select Tevin Jenkins. See, told you. I was right by being wrong. I was right about being wrong, so... Alrighty, let's keep it moving here. Moving on to pick 21, Indianapolis Colts. They're going to get another toy for Carson Wentz. They have a pretty strong offensive line. Waddle would be. Bring in a new quarterback. You want him to succeed. Him with Michael Pittman, Paris. That'd be scary receivers. Of course, you could always beef up the defense. A little edge there with Phillips. I would probably go Phillips. I know it's hard to pass up on Waddle, but they going to be seeing Trevor Lawrence twice a year now. So, of course, they might not see Deshaun Watson, at least not this year. So I guess that'll just even out for him. Still, I'm thinking defense, but I'm not surprised if it's Waddle. Really, how far is Waddle going to fall? I'm very surprised. I probably would have traded down with that 6th pick if I'd have known he's available. Guess who's going to fall further because they've got Bateman ahead of him. Tennessee's taking Waddle. I don't see them passing. I would have had him pegged for Jalen Phillips if not for the fact that Waddle fell. Or maybe people know something I don't. I mean, I know he came back a little early from the injury, but... major injury. I mean, I know that, but have they heard something about him not recovering? Look at that comparison, Tyreek Hill. He does have some weaknesses. Route running needs to be more polished. Injuries are always a concern. Okay. All right, but yeah, I'm expecting him to go here, but could be Jalen Phillips. Edge rush. Something Tennessee definitely would be interested in. Let's see what we got. Yep, Jalen Waddle. All right, so the fall-ins at 22. It's good because I didn't want him going to the Jets. Don't need to give Zach Wilson a toy like that. I do expect the Jets to take running back. It's probably going to be Etienne. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if the next 2 picks are running back, Travis Etienne and Harris. Yeah, Najee and Etienne. I'm thinking so, which is making me nervous about Javonte lasting till the 4th pick of round 2, but we shall see. Oh, sorry. Keep scrolling. There we go. All right, Jets. Do your Jets thing and pick somebody who's going to be a total bust. Probably Rousseau, somebody like that. See what you got. The New York Jets select Travis Etienne. Yeah, that is what I expected. No surprise. Definitely talented. Somebody the Dolphins are going to get to face a couple times a year, but it's all right. We got the defense. We'll stop them. Now we're looking at the Steelers. Again, I'm pretty sure Najee Harris, but I could be wrong. I feel like they could use some offensive line help. Keep over-scrolling. Don't know who's available. Center, pretty sure Pouncey retired, so Somebody like Creed Humphrey or Landon Dickerson. Maybe they decide to beef up that line before going running back in the second round. Let's see. Pick is in. The pick is in. Who you got? Alex Leatherwood. Okay, wow. And the offensive line, I saw that. I thought they might go interior, but Leatherwood's versatile. I believe he had a little injury. Wasn't too bad. I'm thinking, actually, I think Dickerson had more injury history, but all right, but yeah, not a bad pickup. Pittsburgh is definitely known for that smash mouth football. I'm pretty sure they want to get back to that. They tried getting pretty and getting all these receivers, and it's just not their style. Big Ben is about to ride into the sunset, I feel like. So go back to the beef up the line. Whatever quarterback they do bring in to take his place will need protection. So Jaguars are on the clock. They can go any direction. So this should be fun. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jalen Phillips. Definitely a pass rush. I know they went with what was his name, Chason, whatever his name was, but he's still developing. Cornerback, definitely another need. Also something they went with first round last year, but you need more than one cornerback, and you need more than one really good cornerback nowadays. So excellent pick. So Greg Newsome II, cornerback from Northwestern, goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars with the 25th pick. And now we have Sean. Sean's another one of our live drafters, which I didn't notice Gary also had just picked for the Steelers. So we get our live drafters coming through. See who they pick. They do tend to pick a little quicker. I like that. Come on. Dun, dun. Christian Barmore. Told you in the first round he'd be going. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. It's a good pick. That put him in that defensive line that Cleveland's starting to look good. They've got a lot of talent. It's a good pickup right there. He's Alabama defensive line. Very strong. Strong hands. Hits hard. Good pickup. So now we're looking at the Ravens. I thought Tevin Jenkins, but he's been taken. Definitely really had them pegged for a tackle, but I don't see them reaching unless Dylan Redunce is on their board. Also edge, though. I think Jalen Phillips. They could go JOK. But, we'll just sit back and watch. We only have a couple more seconds, and the pick should be in. And how many more picks do I have before mine? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more after this one. Yep, Jalen Phillips. Nice. Had I not taken Aziz at 18, I was actually considering him there, so 27 was a steal. Yeah, he's a player. All right. I am just doing 2 rounds of this draft. So we're almost through the first round. Hopefully the second round they go quicker. Saints. Really, I have no idea with the Saints. I would think receiver. It is a talented receiver draft. I don't know if somebody like Elijah Moore or maybe Kadarius Toney might be, or actually sticking local with LSU. Terrace Marshall. Yeah, there he is. Terrace Marshall might not be a bad pickup. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised. Terrace Marshall is going to be my call. Pick is in. Who's it going to be? Come on. Oh, JOK. I'm going to try saying Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Yeah, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Or JOK. Yeah, he fell further than I thought. He was in play for me at 18, possibly. One of the few defensive playmakers I was looking to get there. So that's a pretty good value pick. I really thought receiver help out Jameis Winston. Then again, Michael Thomas should have a bounce back year, so they should be all right. Green Bay on the clock. Green Bay definitely should get receiver. We say that every year, and they never do. So probably going to be Javon Holland. Actually, Caleb Farley, I don't know how far he's going to drop, how far he's going to fall, but talent-wise, he should already be gone. Injury concern, though, scares a lot of teams. Who else is available? Green Bay. I think center, actually, Creed Humphrey. They just lost theirs during free agency, didn't they? Let's see who they go with. Yep, Creed Humphrey. It's actually somebody, Miami, I feel like they need to get a center. Maybe not. They have some players, Dieter and Davis. Maybe one of them can step up. Or was that Skura that we just signed? I guess we just let the three of them compete. I don't know. There's always Quinn Miners later on too, so we shall see. Who's up next? Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills are pretty stacked. I don't really know if they need anything. Running back, actually, Najee Harris could be in play right here. But when you get to this point of the first round, it's definitely people picking for luxury. The Bills, Chiefs, Packers, Buccaneers. Last four teams standing, so you know they're pretty talented. Pick is in. Who'd they get? Maybe I should turn that music back on, liven things up. Caleb Farley. That's good. Yeah, Buffalo, that's actually excellent. Excellent pick for them, because if he does play, then you just got you a steal. And they're going to need somebody to lock down Jamar Chase. Or Fuller. All right. So now we have the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs should be thinking offensive line. As you saw with the injuries that hurt them last year in the playoffs, by the time they got to the Super Bowl, yeah, your boy was running for his life. Made some really nice throws, though. I mean, I'm not a huge Mahomes fan. I respect the game. I'm just not a Chiefs fan. But watching that game, he was laid out parallel to the ground, hitting people 30 yards downfield on a dime. So Kadarius Toney, I'm looking at that. That would be the rich get richer. I don't think they definitely don't need that, but I do see him going somewhere here. The offensive line, maybe Dylan Redunce, maybe. Let's see. The Kansas City Chiefs select Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver, USC. Huh. All right, receiver. I told you it'd be the rich get richer if they did want a receiver. It's a receiver-rich draft, so why not? So now we have the Buccaneers. Again, they have everything. Kind of think a pass rusher for them. I know they have solid pass rush, but it could be elite if they just added one more guy. I don't really see anybody jumping up to me, though. Jason Owe, yeah. Asai should be in there somewhere. Yeah, actually, oh wait, that's not too bad of a stretch right there. Either that or Kadarius Toney. They have enough receivers, though, but just they'd use him as a return man. Just somebody dangerous to put out there. Sorry about all this scrolling. I get used to it. See, I'm at the top. That's how I gotta learn. When I'm at the top, stop scrolling. All right, Buccaneers, who we getting? And Tom Brady will take Landon Dickerson to the Super Bowl this year. Awesome. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. Get you a center. All right, then that puts the Jaguars back on the clock to start off round 2. So thank you, everybody, for joining us for the first round of our first ever mock draft here on the Red Zone. Again, the Red Zone Football Cards, soon to be the Red Zone Football Collective, where we will still collect. Also, we will just chat about anything in the football family or category. Which right now the hot buzz topic is the draft. I'm a draft nerd. I've been doing these mocks. Actually, last year I was doing them. Was when I first got turned on to them. Then I was doing these all by myself starting like a month ago. And now all of a sudden on YouTube, everybody's doing them. So why not join them? Again, I'm Jameson. Red Zone Football Cards. If you don't know who I am, press subscribe so you can see more awesome videos talking about football, football cards, football collecting, perhaps football gambling, or at least definitely fantasy football. Not so sure if I want to get into the betting aspect of it. We'll see. Stay tuned. I'm just getting started off, but I do promise to have a lot of football content. So if you like football, like this video and subscribe for some more awesome football content. And while I was talking, the Jaguars did take Elijah Moore. That is an excellent pick. I'm really surprised he didn't go first round. There were a couple other receivers that went in places where I thought he might. So, yeah, the Jaguars getting him to go with Trevor Lawrence. That's definitely a good start. Let me see. Who else did they get? I know they had that second pick in the first round. Yes, defense. Greg Newsome. I keep saying Craig. Greg Newsome. So, all right, nice job. Now that puts on the clock. Who is on the clock? The Jets, then the Falcons, then the Dolphins. The Jets, they took Travis Etienne last pick. And now they take Asante Samuel Jr., cornerback out of Florida State. Shoring up that defense. Makes sense. I mean, Jets have a lot of needs, so that fills one for them. Now we have the Falcons. Who did they take in round one? Didn't they take Trey Lance, I think? Oh, it was Kyle Pitts. That's right. They broke my heart and took Kyle Pitts. They got the tight end. I don't know what other team needs they had. That's one thing I just noticed. They don't have a thing in here that shows team needs except for your own team. I guess it doesn't matter. Other people are picking for them, not me, so I shouldn't have to know their team needs. It is nice to know since I don't follow all the teams as closely as I follow the Dolphins. I'm guessing defense. I know they need some secondary help. Trevin Morig, Javon Holland. Let's see. The pick is in. Oh, Jason Owe, edge, Penn State. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So now the Dolphins are on the clock, and I waited to see what the running back would fall and get my pick. I'm going to pick Najee Harris. I'm really, though, falling for that Javonte Williams hype. Najee Harris, I know he's already had a lot of miles, but, man, he is a stud. Let's just take the proven stud. Pick is in. Alabama, Najee Harris. I feel like if we get 4 or 5 good years, it's going to get Tua up and running. It's very good. Somebody he knows, obviously, from Alabama. Somebody who can take some pressure off. Maybe they'll have to respect the run, load the box up, give his receivers a little more one-on-one. Some matchups they can win. Let's see, Brian's up next. See who he picks. But, yeah, I'm happy so far the way the draft's worked out. Chase, Azeez Ojulari, and Najee Harris. 3 definite playmakers that help out the team. So now let's just see what we get for a line. Really, I'm not against that. I would like a tackle to see Robert Hunt get pushed into guard. Solomon Kinley can go over to left guard next to Austin Jackson. But also we need a center to kind of piece it all together. So hoping there's one of those left at the 18th pick of round 2. And that'll get us through. I'm only doing 2-round mock. Obviously, we have that 3rd pick in the top, or that 3rd round pick. So I'm looking for 5 quality players from the Dolphins in this draft. I'm looking for a playmaker at receiver or tight end if it's Kyle Pitts. But, a target for Tua. Then obviously the running back, 2 offensive linemen, and 1 defensive playmaker. Those are what I'm hoping to get out of those first 3 rounds. If we get that, then I think the sky's the limit this year. It's a very exciting time to be a Dolphin fan. So, all right, so moving on. Brian did pick Trevin Morig, the free safety from TCU. Excellent pick. Surprised. Not too surprised he fell. A little bit, though. He definitely first-round talent, so he could go a little earlier than that. We have the Bengals up. The Bengals, I think, did take Penei Sewell. 99% sure they did, yes. So Actually, receiver Kadarius Toney or Terrace Marshall. I'll probably go Marshall first for the. Oh, they have big receivers. They have fast receivers too, though. So let's see who they take. Bengals select Terrace Marshall, wide receiver. So yeah, there we go. Not a bad pickup. Oh yeah, he's got the chemistry, hopefully, with Joe. Oh, sorry. But yeah, that chemistry with Joe Burrow hopefully built in from the LSU days. So not bad. Who do we have next? We have Carolina Panthers, followed by the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions. Carolina Panthers, who'd they go with in the first round? They got Patrick Surtain. They got some defensive help. I'm not sure what else they're in need of. Defense and possibly... Well, definitely don't need a running back. Like I said, I think another receiver. I think Kadarius Toney definitely could help them replace what they lost with Curtis Samuel. Offensive line. I mean, everybody needs offensive line help, right? Let's see. Pick is in. See who they go with. Davion Nixon, defensive line, Iowa. So, yeah, get the big defensive lineman from Iowa. That always helps. All right, Denver Broncos. Denver took... Did they go defense, I think? Yep, they took Micah Parsons. It's a good defensive player. I think they still... I don't think they need a wide receiver. They definitely need a quarterback, but... They missed out on that boat unless they think, what's his name, Hill. I've heard, Kyle Trask. I don't know how old this list is. There was a point where Kyle Trask looked like he'd be a top pick, but yeah, Kellen Mond. I've heard. Yeah, I guess that's really the last. Jamie Newman, maybe. I don't know. All that hype and produced. Not much, if anything. So, pick is in for Denver. See who they got. Kellen Mond. Nope. Carlos Basham. Boogie Basham. Edge. Wake Forest. Alrighty. Good there. Let's go back to all. And see who the Detroit Lions want to go after. Now, the Detroit Lions surprised everybody by going with Trey Lance in round 1. They're still going to want a receiver. I know it's a deep receiver draft, but a lot of receivers have been taken. Diami Brown, actually, that'd be a great pick for them right there. Yeah, if they're looking receiver, maybe they also Detroit's another one of those teams that has a lot of needs. Jamin Davis, actually, is it Jamin or Jamin? How do you say that? Either way, he's been shooting up some boards lately, so that wouldn't be a bad pick right there. Jabril Cox, I like his game. Let's see which way they go. Another free safety, Javon Holland out of Oregon. Here we go. Let's see. The pick is in. Maybe now I should turn the sound back on. Get some excitement into this recording. Yep, there we go. Jamin Davis. Not a bad pick. I've been hearing definitely he's shooting up the boards. Turn the sound on. See if we can scare anybody when it comes up. All right, who is next? New York Giants. I don't even remember who they took in the first round. Let's see. New York Giants. J.C. Horn. They went with the defense. This is another team that could be looking receiver here for the second round pick after going defense in round 1. Or offensive line help. Oh, the countdown is on. I should probably. Oh, thought I had muted it, but it's still beeping at me. Oh, I know why. There we go. Didn't have the sound going through the monitor, so. All right, so now it shouldn't play for me, so there won't be any feedback in the speaker, hopefully. Although that makes me wonder if I have it muted on my speaker. That's just me listening. It should still play in the recording. We shall find out in another 21 seconds when San Francisco makes their pick. Oh, the Giants did pick Jabril Cox, who is a good pick, talent-wise. I like his game. I think that's a good second-round value. Now we have San Francisco. San Francisco took Justin Fields, I believe. It's been a long day. I definitely should be able to remember from one round to the next who took who. But yeah, that was Justin Fields. So their pick's already in. Let's see who they go with. Help for Fields, or do they go defense? Eric Stokes, cornerback, Georgia. Good pick. Defense. Had a feeling that was going to be the way to go. All right, now who do we have? We have the Dallas Cowboys with the 12th pick of round 2. Cowboys, who did they get? Oh, they were right there. They got Kwity Paye, so they went with defense. I think more defense, to be honest with you, but knowing Jerry Jones, he's going to want to get more offensive firepower. So, linemen actually not a bad choice. Their line's starting to get old. They definitely could fill a couple holes. Let's see. And the pick is in. Suspension's killing me. Liam Eichenberg. I was going to say that because I've had good luck going to Notre Dame for offensive line before, so I really had a feeling they're going that way, but wasn't sure. So now we have the Jaguars. Jaguars are the only team on here with as many picks as the Dolphins. So been seeing them. Well, the Jets have quite a few, but I feel like the Jaguars are up there. Let's see. They have already picked, besides Trevor Lawrence, they got Greg Newsome and Elijah Moore. I feel like they need some line help. Dylan Reduns would be a really good value here, even though I'm low-key hoping he falls to me. But that's 5 more picks. Also, defense. I mean, they never get enough defense. Defensive line, definitely. Kadarius Toney, they got Elijah Moore already. They don't need that. Baron Browning's a good pickup. Richie Grant, if I don't get a good lineman fall to me, that might be who I go with. Unless the Jaguars go right here. Just really like Richie Grant's game. Yep, Dylan Redun. So yeah, even though I was hoping he'd fall to me, I knew that was a long shot. So definitely a good pickup for the Jaguars. I want to protect that investment in Trevor Lawrence. So now we are looking at the Patriots, then the Chargers, Raiders, and the Cardinals. Patriots went to Mac Jones. So they have their, hopefully, quarterback of the future. Now, I don't know, do they just do best available? Javon Holland. Milton Williams. Doesn't quite seem like their kind of guy. Kadarius Toney, actually. They spent all that free agency money on receiver, so that's probably not the way they go. Baron Browning. Levi, how do you say that? Onwuzurike? Onwuzurike. Yeah, we'll see. See if I can say it when he gets picked. The Patriots select. Yep, Kadarius Toney, wide receiver, Florida. Yeah, just they had to go with the value there. I know he, like I said, they had receivers. They signed a bunch of them, but probably none of them as explosive as Kadarius Toney. So, as a Gator fan, I got to watch him. He's injury prone, unfortunately, just because he's so twitchy. He makes some moves that just look physically impossible to make. He's good. Hopefully his body holds together because he's going to make some highlight reels. You'll see him on the ESPN Top 10 more than once. I predict that. Even though he's with the Patriots. So maybe I hope he doesn't. Patriots haven't had good luck with receivers from the Gators, though. So maybe we'll see. Of course, they did have a tight end who played pretty well for him when he was allowed to play, but he ruined that by being crazy. So now we have Javon Holland, free safety, Oregon. Nice pick. So the Chargers actually low-key having a pretty good draft here. Rashawn Slater definitely was a good pickup. And Javon Holland, I feel like they got two definite starters, I feel like. So upgrading the team, that's the goal. That's what they're doing. So moving on, the next pick is the Raiders. I guess go see who the Raiders got in that first round. They took Zaven Collins. So they went linebacker. Yeah, I feel like they still need one more wide receiver, I feel like. Maybe that's just me. So then, yeah, some more defensive playmakers for sure. I would be surprised. I would be very surprised if they took Javonte Williams, but then again, would I be? Pick is in. Let's see. The Las Vegas Raiders select Richie Grant, free safety, Central Florida. Yep, I see that. Like I said, I definitely had him on my radar. All right, now we have the Cardinals and then me. Huh. Yeah, Cardinals, I think Javonte Williams would be a good pick, but we'll let them make that pick. I didn't know Trey Sermon had pushed so high up the board. Yeah, for next week when we do the live stream mock draft, I think I will bring my own list, unless it takes forever to do. I don't know. I haven't tried it, but this isn't too bad. Scrolling down, it is interesting seeing how they have them in order. So, all right, Arizona, your time's up. Turn your pick in so I can make mine. Guess I go ahead and scroll down to mine. Miami Dolphins are on the clock. The Arizona Cardinals select Levi Onwuzurike. That's Levi Onwuzurike, defensive line, Washington. And that leaves the Dolphins free to grab Quinn Miners. We are looking for center. Like I said, I just don't feel good about having three backups compete to see who wins the job. So let's go ahead and get us a stud in there. Worst case scenario, he plugs in at guard. We move Eric Flowers and put him in at guard, but I really think he's going to be because I went to a small school, Wisconsin Whitewater, impressed at the Senior Bowl. Definitely showed he could hold his own with the best, with that high-end competition there. So I would say best of the best, but a lot of the best don't make it to be seniors. I feel like they should just call it the draft-eligible bowl. So let everybody play, but a lot of them wouldn't play. They don't want to get injured. So. Quinn Miners goes to the Dolphins, shore up the offensive line. Like I said, I would like one more offensive lineman in that third round. But in third round, I think you're just taking best available. But I'm only doing a 2-round draft, so we won't get there. I will stick with you for the rest of this round and go ahead and announce all the picks in case you've made it this far. I know you can't wait to see the rest of the picks, of which Washington football team selected Baron Browning, linebacker, Ohio State. Pretty good all-around player. Really good all-around player. Just for some reason, he showed flashes, but he just never put it together and dominated the way it looks like he should be able to. So I think with some coaching, and it was hard this year. They didn't really play a full schedule. I mean, everything was hard this year. It's so hard to evaluate talent based on this last year. So now we go on to pick 20, Chicago Bears. And like I said, at this point, I'm not really sure. I've kind of fooled around with one round of mocks for other teams, but haven't really gone past that. So I'm not big on what team needs are, what the depth are. Just off the top of my head, I know Washington besides a quarterback, they need offensive line maybe? Oh, Washington already picked. How about Chicago? Well, Chicago, we all know they need defensive help. So Milton Williams. Chicago actually always has a good defense. It's because they always draft defense, I guess. Now the Titans are on the clock. Who did the Titans go with in the first? They had that's where Waddle went. I had a feeling they got Waddle. So, all right, so they've solved their receiver need. I would think edge. I think Joseph Asai would be excellent there myself. Yeah, he looks like the last really impact, in my opinion, the last impact edge rusher available. Maybe Victor Demukeje, is that how you say it? But I'm not so sure there. So yeah, if I were them, I'd go Joseph Asai. Maybe they don't need a running backs. The top 2 picks are running backs. They could go cornerback. Tight end, they did just lose Jonas Smith. So let's see if that tight end gets taken. Nope. Somebody I didn't even think of. Israel Mukuamu, quarterback from South Carolina. All right, I'm running out of gas. It is late. I'm tired. I've been trying to drink the coffee, so bear with me. I'm trying to keep it energetic for you. Again, this is my first mock draft. Breaking out of card collecting. Yeah, well, I'm still doing card collecting, but instead of videos just on cards, you will now see videos on football, anything relative, newsworthy, obviously Dolphins related, me being a big Dolphin fan, but I will be covering anything football. If there's anything you'd like to see, if you have any suggestions on some videos you think would be pretty cool to watch, just put them in the comments. Also, give this video a like, big thumbs up. I hear that helps. I'm not really, like I said, just starting off. Not really trying to grow a huge channel, but do want to get some followers, some people who enjoy the sport of football and like talking about it. Get some live streams going and some chats. Have some fun with it. Speaking of having fun, I should be paying attention to the draft as the Steelers just took Tyson Campbell, cornerback, Georgia. So that makes pretty good sense there. Looks like we got a little mini run on cornerbacks going here. Let me get back to the team, all teams. Scroll down. Who we got? Yep. 2 straight cornerbacks taken. Steelers are on the clock. That was Tyson Campbell went to the Colts. All right, so Colts just saw that they're going to have to guard. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. Who was it? Jalen Waddle with Tennessee, and also who did Jacksonville get? Elijah Moore. So yeah, they're going to have some new receivers in that AFC South to have to cover. So they got themselves a cornerback, and now the Steelers are on the clock. Steelers went offensive line first round. I'd be really surprised if they pass on Javonte Williams right here. I mean, really, really surprised. But I've been really, really surprised before. So let's see who they take. Pittsburgh Steelers select Trey Sermon, running back, Ohio State. All right, then. So they did get the running back, just not the running back I thought. So, and I'm very shocked to see Javonte Williams still on the board. 24th pick, round 2. They don't have a show already taken, but how many running backs have already been taken? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. 4 running backs taken, and Javonte Williams still on the board. Michael Carter's down further than I thought, too. But all right, well, let's see. Who is next? Next is Seattle. Seattle could use a running back. They also need offensive line, though. If they don't get offensive line help for Russell Williams, then they are probably in trouble because Russell's not going to stick around. Let's see. Seahawks select Joseph Asai, edge, Texas. Well, there you go. You take that last edge rusher that I saw on there. I guess they feel like they've done enough for the offensive line in free agency. So, I mean, they don't have that many picks to do much with in the draft, but I don't know who is even available. Maybe there's just nobody available. Yeah, Jackson Carman. James Hudson from Cincinnati. Wouldn't have been a bad pick right there. But yeah, it is starting to get thin picking. Actually, Walker Little and Jalen Mayfield are... It's probably what I'm going to target. If we were doing a third round, actually, I would probably want to trade up, try to get one of them if possible. But no trades. There'll be trades for the live draft next week. I promise you that. So yeah, stay tuned. Check out, like I said, I'll post a link on the Red Zone Football Cards Facebook page. I suppose I can also put a comment on here if you're watching this later on down the road. Check the comments. Maybe I already have it posted in there. So. And if you're watching now and you're checking the comments and you don't see anything in there, then add your own comment. Let me know what I should be telling you. I should be telling you Jackson Carman, offensive tackle from Clemson, was just selected in the 25th pick of the second round by the Los Angeles Rams. So that's somebody Seattle could have taken. But it might be something Baltimore wanted, because Baltimore, I feel like, is also going to be looking for offensive line. Since they did not go that route in the first round like I thought they would. They went edge, Jalen Phillips, which also is a need. So not a bad choice. That leaves them probably James Hudson. But there's also, like I said, I feel Walker Little. I don't know how he's fallen. Is it injury? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's see. We've got how many picks left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 picks left. 7 picks left in the first 2 rounds. Again, this is only a 2-round mock. So once these last 7, once this is in, 6 picks are in, I'll be calling it a night and getting ready for our next one. Baltimore Ravens did select offensive line. They went with Wyatt Davis, and 2-year offensive line from Ohio State. I actually thought he might be an early second-round pick. So, yeah, it's a good value right there. That puts Sean on the clock with Cleveland. I feel like he went defensive line. Where else did he go? Oh, he's only had 1 pick so far. Makes sense. Most teams have. Only had 1 pick up until their second-round pick. So they went defensive line. Now I feel like there's probably, I don't know, Cleveland. They don't really have that many needs. They're a good, solid team. Playing in that division they do, I'd go with more line. Maybe Pat Freiermuth, however you say that. They've got the running backs, unless they want to trade one. They don't need Javonte Williams. Diami Brown might not be a bad pick there. Let's see. The pick is in. Who is it? Let's see. Diami Brown. Nope, it was Rondale Moore. So it was a receiver, just a different receiver. Rondale Moore, wide receiver out of Purdue. His skills should translate well into the NFL. I know he didn't get to do a whole lot at Purdue, but I think he's capable of more than what they asked him to do. So now we have the Saints. The Saints, I think, probably should take Diami Brown, however you say it, but maybe not. I don't see Amari Rodgers. They also could go maybe offensive line. Really no telling. Once you get to this point, I think people have people they like. They're not really following a board like I am. Of course, they've done a lot more scouting than me. I don't imagine they get all of their information off of YouTube highlights. Well, maybe some information, but got a feeling they don't have to go to YouTube. They probably have people filming their own highlights. All right, pick is in. New Orleans Saints select Ifeatu Melifonwu, cornerback from Syracuse. I definitely should brush up on pronunciation of some of these names. Melifonwu. Ifeatu Melifonwu. Nice. Cornerback, Syracuse. Don't know much about him. I have heard the name, though. I think this is probably late second, early third. Probably about where he's going to go. Buffalo Bills. I know they got a cornerback. What else did they get? Was that it? Yep, they got Caleb Farley. Really no telling. They obviously a very talented team. If I were them, I would go cornerback if there's one. Yeah, Kelvin Joseph maybe. I don't know. I don't really see anybody sticking out. They got one cornerback, but just in case Farley's back isn't exactly 100%. Yep, De'Ami Brown, wide receiver, North Carolina. Well, that scares me as a Dolphins fan. Josh Allen didn't need more weapons. Not in my opinion. All right, then. That's that. Who else? We got 3 more picks. Got the Packers, Chiefs, Buccaneers. Packers probably were wishing De'Ami Brown would have fallen another spot. They could be looking at Amari Rodgers. They did just sign Aaron Jones. Otherwise, I think maybe Javonte Williams. But yeah, I don't know. There's no telling with Green Bay. I keep thinking they have to draft a wide receiver eventually, but they keep proving me wrong. Proving that they don't have to draft a wide receiver ever, apparently. So let's find out. Actually, what did they go first round? Let's see. The pick is in, and the Green Bay Packers select with a second-round pick. Amari Rodgers, wide receiver, Clemson. So they finally did it. Finally caved in and got themselves a wide receiver. So, yeah, they got Creed Humphrey. It was a great pick. So, yeah, they got better this draft. Green Bay, I mean, they didn't need to get much better, but they did get better. All right, so now let's see. The Chiefs. Chiefs went wide receiver. Not one that I saw going that early either. I was a little surprised. They picked Amon St. Brown. Forgot how you say his name. It was Amon-Ra St. Brown. So yeah, I mean, USC wide receiver, definitely talented. I had second round grade. There's just a lot of really good wide receivers, so I guess you're just kind of nitpicking at some of these. Let's see. The Chiefs going there. I really feel like edge, but I don't know if there's any good edge left. So, well, let's see. See what they think. The pick is in. With the 31st pick of the second round, the Kansas City Chiefs select Victor Dimukeje, edge from Duke. Victor Dimukeje? Yeah, however you say it. He will now be a Kansas City Chief. And that leaves, for our purposes here, Mr. Irrelevant, the last player selected in our mock draft, because I am only going 2 rounds here. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, there's no telling. They have everything. I think they went with, Landon Dickerson, wasn't it? Let me see. Yeah, that was it. They went Landon Dickerson in the first round, so they got their center. Not really sure. I mean, I think just go with guys in the trenches. Maybe Pat Freiermuth, because Gronk has probably just got this one more year in him. So maybe get his eventual successor. Or are there any defensive tackles? I don't really see any. Rousseau actually might be. That's where I might take the project. If he does pan out, then you got yourself a stud rusher. Or you go Kelvin Joseph, the cornerback from Kentucky, which, yeah, I had him at a high second, early third round. So that's exactly where he belongs. So, all right, so that's pretty good. Let's see. For me as a Dolphin, I feel pretty good about Jamar Chase, Azeez Ojulari, Najee Harris, and Quinn Miners. I think the Jaguars also did quite well. Yeah, I think it was a good draft. It is now complete. I guess they want me to share it, but I don't feel the need to do that since I am sharing it on the YouTube for the whole world to see. So y'all check it out. Let me know what you think. Please leave a comment. Let me know, how I did, what you liked, what you didn't like, what I can work on, what I should do more of. Just in general, go Dolphins. Thank you for checking out the Red Zone. If you didn't already, please subscribe so you can see more of these videos. Hit the thumbs up, give us a like, and good night. We'll see you later.